Hello and welcome, girls and boys, men and women, ladies and gents.
Elderly.
Yeah. Elderly. Frick.
Here recently, we really
toddlers.
Disabled.
Babies.
Sewer dwellers.
The rich.
The poor. The homeless. The rich.
The white and the black.
Moon people.
Whatever planet you're from, whatever country you're from. Welcome to the DweeBros podcast for August of 2018. We've hit the big 2-0. 1 year later, we're going to be able to drink big beers.
1 month.
Yeah. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name is Zach, for those that don't know me, a.k.a. Dweebo, a.k.a. the Sneaky Snake.
No. Oh, wow.
My name is Travis, a.k.a. Travis Wild Boy.
My name is Jacob, a.k.a. Werewolf.
Oh.
Still rip. But it's always nice being here.
Yeah, so welcome.
Peace.
Dude, he's so dead.
Hey, if you like, comment, subscribe his channel.
Nope, it's gone. I actually got
I'm gonna link it.
Really?
I'm gonna link it.
It's gone.
It's still. I just cleaned up my subscribe list, and you're still on there.
Well, it probably says Jacob Ware now. I archived. I'm going a more professional route.
Okay, so you might see more like how-to videos, like how to set up I don't know.
That's where the real
home security systems.
Home security systems. How to put on your shoes.
How to balance a checkbook.
You need that nowadays, man.
Do you guys do you know how to do that? Like balance? What does that even mean?
I don't know what it means.
That is something that because I did have when we were in elementary school. I was telling my wife about this the other day. We had a bank fifth third because we went to the same elementary school.
When I was a kid, I had to balance a checkbook, but I don't remember.
We had the same fifth third came to our elementary school, and some of the students the third graders were the bank tellers, and they were taking the money and managing it with an adult. But how cool was that? You know what I mean? I thought that was really helpful for me.
I don't think I remember all of what all went on with that, but I remember that being there. And I remember I had to fill out checks, and they had to do a balancing the checkbook thing, and I don't remember how to do it.
I am 23 years old. I did not write my first check until the beginning of this year. Ever. I didn't have checks.
We're roommates. How have you been paying your rent?
I square cashed them.
Oh, okay.
But then they said, hey, we don't want to square cash anymore. We need checks. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, how do you get checks? I was like, who does checks?
It is kind of for your professional YouTube channel, you could make a video about how to write a check for people.
I could.
He knows how to write the check.
It was crazy that I got this little book, and it was you're right, it's a little booklet, and it had a calendar in front, and then I could record my expenses.
That's what...
It's funny because we're talking this is an old ancient art, but it kind of it is.
I
found the checkbook. I still had it from those elementary school days. I saw when I put in my first $10 I got from allowance, and I could see it growing. You could see when I bought a game because I took some out. Get to see when it's coming out. But you'd write what where the money went and all that stuff. Too much work now. Yeah. We are in the digital age.
Past that.
Kids are watching this what is a checkbook? How does this work?
Oh. God.
So enough of the money. We're money professionals, of course. Not knowing how to write a check. We're going to go into the hottest topic of, I think, this whole world.
Yeah.
Video games.
It's on fire right now.
Yeah, I would say video games, they're here to stay.
Yeah, man. I don't think they're going anywhere at this point.
And if you're not invested, you need to invest right now.
Let's talk about video games that we did for the channel. I put up a game room tour video finally.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
we talked about talking about the podcast. Thank you. I went through. I didn't know it was an hour. I didn't know I'd sat for an hour and talked about each thing. But I did.
You do have quite a collection.
I gave the whole. I spilled the beans, as they say. Mm-hmm. That's what should have been the name of the video. I'm spilling the beans.
Spilling the beans.
Well, a lot of that stuff was locked up. If you saw the original game room and the old room, there's a lot more stuff in the new video.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
Tons of more. So yeah, check that out. That went up. So that was fun to finally do. Also, me and you did a Hangouts for Star Wars. Hangouts is a series, if you're new to the podcast, new to this channel, sit down, talk about a game, commentate on it, memories of it, and usually some of these guys will join in, some of the other DweeBros will come in and play and stuff. So Travis came in, showed me Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. We might do that again.
Yeah, we're talking about if you watched it, awesome. If you didn't watch it, we began the journey of Jake Carr, the angry anti-hero.
You could randomize the name of the creative character, and we randomized it, and it was the funniest names, and we stopped at Jake Carr because it just seemed like some normal name.
I was sitting there, I was like, man, guys, I really wish I was there, man.
Yeah, dude.
So maybe Jake will join.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I love that game, and we had a great time playing it. We might continue that series if you guys check it out and like it. So.
Also Alex joined me for Tony Hawk's Project 8. We played that as, when we were in high school when we first met. So
is Project 8 a good one?
Yes.
I associate Project 8
we talked about that. That's the last one. That's the last
I feel like I associate that with when they started to make them every year.
Yeah. I feel like that's the last good one.
Was that the one that was 360 and original Xbox cross-gen?
Yes.
Gotcha. It was a launch title, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
That was American Wasteland.
Yeah, American Wasteland.
But the one after that, Project Wasteland.
American Wasteland.
Project 8. Now I'm really messed up.
What's 8?
Project 8, they added, you could hit both analog sticks in and do, a slow-mo.
But, is it because it's the 8th game?
Why
is it called Project 8?
I think so.
Tony Hawk.
What's the story mode?
I don't know what the story is.
It's the 8th one.
Oh, that makes sense then.
I was wondering
why it was called Project 8.
Project 8.
Underground 2.
That was the code name.
So you guys had a rad time?
Had fun time with that. So Alex wants to come back for more, so we'll do some more games. And then I did Shovel Knight's Plague of Shadows DLC.
So you finished the game?
Finished that game, and I'll talk about that probably next then. That's a good transition. The Plague of Shadows... how about the actual game? The actual game, Shovel Knight, only took me 6 hours. Perfect. I love those short little, bursts of I don't need every game to be 50 hours. So this was fun. Jumped in 6 hours. Took Mario Brothers. You've seen gameplay of this game?
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Looks like the old NES, and I love in the cutscenes because cutscenes from that old era, they would show. I'm actually going to turn that off. You might be able to hear some noises in here. You can actually see when they would transition from in a movie when it goes to fades to black, the colors warp to purple and yellow, and then it goes down, and it nails that aesthetic perfectly from the old NES games. What I really like about Shovel Knight and some other indie titles that are similar to this, old, trying to reflect the old era, these 8-bit kind of platformers, captures it so it's capturing Mega Man and Mario Brothers. You're on the map, you're moving around and stuff. Captured all that without the annoyances of those old era games. Because those old games, and I talked about it on the Hangouts and stuff, was you get 3 levels in, you would lose. They always relied on lives, and if you lost, it's now you have to go 4 levels back.
You gotta start over.
You gotta start the whole game over, and it's
I ended up quitting Castlevania 1 a couple years ago because I got to the next to last boss and I could not get past it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do.
And when you die, it's wow, I have to spend another 50 minutes to try one more other thing. It's
exactly.
It worked back then because they gave them think about it, it added so much more to the game. It made the game longer.
Yeah, because they were so short if you didn't have that. But I love games like Shovel Knight that capture the fun of those things with modernizing gameplay. Played on Hangouts the Plague of Shadows, which I kind of went into blind, but you play as one of the bosses. It's kind of like Mega Man. There's all these bosses and stuff you fight. You play as one of the bosses, and you play through all those old levels, some of those old levels, and they change things up.
So Sonic and Knuckles, huh?
Yeah, and it changes things up. You go into this village or something. It's very reminiscent of the second Zelda game where you're going to the town side scroller. So it goes in that, but changes things up where you're not you get to see Shovel Knight at certain times.
Oh wow!
So awesome. So Plague of Shadows is really fun.
Is Shovel Knight kind of more like Mega Man or more like Castlevania? I don't know.
It's a great mix of both. It has the Mega Man kind of the bosses you fight. Mm-hmm. And each level is its own boss's place, that's their own place.
But is it kind of like Castlevania where there's a map and you unlock areas?
No, I would say it's more like Mario Brothers, and you find little. You can go little paths off to the side.
Okay,
that was another thing that kind of they brought in the new game design into the old. You're going to these fun little side areas, and it feels good. Feels fun to explore. So
hard or pretty moderate.
There's hard places, but when you die again, because there's checkpoints, it's very reminiscent of Dark Souls. You'll lose your gold. But you can get it back. You can fight to get it back.
Okay.
And they have, like, basically campfires, these little, like, I don't know what they are, glass bases. And you go past those, there's a checkpoint. So if when you die, it's like, frick, but I don't have to go all the way back. Or I don't have to worry about lives and get anxious about that. So, difficult at times, but fun.
Nice.
So, that's it for Hangouts and all that stuff. I guess I'll talk about the other game I played, Vanquish.
Never heard of it.
Vanquish? You're not familiar with this, are you?
Not a clue.
So Vanquish is a game from the creators of like Bayonetta and Wonderful 101 Platinum. And I'd heard things about throughout the years to play this game, and it's kind of like a cult classic, whatever game. So they ported it to PC very recently. And the big draw on this game is, on Platinum games, they're always fast action and just craziness. Absolutely nuts, like hack and slash. Vanquish does that kind of like fast motion, but you can actually slow down time and like aim with a gun. It's like a third-person shooter. But people say this is the best third-person shooter of all time because it is so fluid. You can hit a button and you get on your knees and jetpack. So he slides on his knees and like you can start shooting at people.
It's like Duke Nukem.
So watching that, I was like, this seems like the game for me. This is like right up my alley. This like nutso-butso like gameplay and like you can go up and like hit somebody and kick them up in the air when you slide and stuff. All this fun stuff. Didn't like it.
Really?
Quit it. Yeah. Quit this game. I'm someone that likes all that stuff of like a good game mechanic. Like Revengeance kind of had that, but like kept you going and weird little cutscenes and stuff. I have to have like a good world and like a good like enemy variety and stuff that's going on.
Okay.
This is like a AA game. This is not a AAA game. You're fighting some of the same enemies. It kind of gets redundant after like 2 levels of this thing.
Man.
So I was going on. I was just like, I'm just not digging this. It kind of reminds me of Devil's Third, kind of those kind of cheesy cutscenes too. The Russian president like grows a jetpack and like some stuff and flies around. Nutso-butso, but it just wasn't doing it for me. It just kind of was redundant. But the gameplay, I do get why people say the gameplay is like out of this world.
I've got this sitting on my backlog because when it came out, they really quickly ported Bayonetta and then this on PC.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I want to support that because I like PC ports, so I bought it blind. I was like, I feel like this has enough good word of mouth that's worth buying. But when you first started describing the world, you kind of made it sound like it was generic and there was nothing, but it sounds like there's presidents growing jetpacks out of their backs. It sounds kind of entertaining to me, honestly.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
this seems like something that would be down your alley because you really like Devil's Third.
Sure.
So I guess I'm having trouble understanding
I think
why this one doesn't do it, but Devil's Third did, because we played all of Devil's Third.
Yeah.
I think because Devil's Third, I really loved the sword and like shooting combat, and it did, even though it was kind of generic level to level, it wasn't like. This also was bad because I wanted to slide a lot, and I wanted to do that. Okay. And you slide enough, and you use, like, your power, and it says cooling off, and that takes, like, 15 seconds every time. I was like, I wish I could just jump, slide, and keep, like, up
Action
the combo.
replay it, bro.
Like, figure it out. So maybe I just wasn't good. Maybe I didn't learn the mechanic. Oh, that was another thing when I started. They were like, hey, do you want to do these 9 tutorials?
Oh, gosh.
And I was just like, I just want to play the game. Teach me through. I'm just so spoiled. Like, just teach me through the natural version of playing the game. So there was that, but yeah, it has the goofy moments of this Russian guy with this jetpack. He's flying through the air and stuff, and it has some of that Metal Gear kind of Devil's Third stuff of goofiness. But the drag of getting to that stuff made me say it's not worth the 6 hours.
Sounds like the gameplay really let you down. You didn't like it.
But the core like mechanics and stuff, if there was a way, maybe somebody watching, if there's a way to like, maybe I can just hack and like not quit. I just don't want to quit the cooldown thing, and I just want to keep jumping to enemy to enemy. But couldn't really grasp that. It wasn't really for me.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be for me, but
I had kind of been watching something when it came out on PC, and I'm curious if you had this issue where on that game when it came out, if you ran it at higher frame rates, you would take damage like 3 times as fast.
Oh wow!
It was like the health was related like in the code to the refresh rate of the game. So the game was made to be played at 30 frames a second.
It's a good way to code it.
So when people were playing at like 60, 120 frames, they were showing on YouTube where they were dying like crazy fast, like way faster. So I didn't know if they ever patched that, and I didn't know if that was part of your experience.
I played on normal, and this is kind of how I do all Platinum games. I think Wonderful 101 is the only standout I didn't do this. I play on easy on these games because I can still have fun like slashing around doing combos and stuff, but normal to hard, I get too frustrated with these types of hack and slash.
Metal Gear Rising really got frustrating at the end. On normal.
So I had it on normal when I started this up. I'll start it on normal if I can change it or whatever. Started on normal, started getting irritated, especially with the redundant enemies. I was like, I just want to go easy and I just want to beat up people, whatever. Yeah. But
sounds like maybe one of those games. I'll have to play it, but people rave about it. But if you think about on the 360, there weren't a lot of Japanese games. So maybe they were just pretty thirsty.
Perhaps, yeah.
Interesting.
But I was hearing a ton of. Then I was kind of looking up online, what is the kind of perception of this game now? And a lot of people were saying, I agree with all you're saying. I still love it for that core gameplay. They were like, I can't fight you on what you're saying. So for me, I just have to have a whole world. I like to have, if I can, all that stuff. But
interesting.
That's it for me. What have you been playing?
So the other day when I was over here for Night Sail Republic, after we were done with the stream, we were just kind of chatting, me and Zach were. So I turned on, we had the Xbox One on because that's what I was playing Night Sail Republic on. Mm-hmm. So the other game I had installed was the Halo Master Chief Collection. And we were joking because we've been joking about how there's this amazing patch that's coming out, and I've seen YouTube thumbnails you won't believe you cannot believe this patch until you see it. What is it going to be? It's the same game. Yeah. These games are the same game. And then I saw this guy who was reveal of the new main menu of the Master Chief Collection.
Finally.
Yeah, the menu sucks.
I've been dying to see the menu.
It's hard to make it worse, so I'm sure it's better. But I've just been kind of a little what is going on with this game? This game's been out literally since the Xbox One came out, and they're hyping this. So I was like, okay, well, let's just turn this on. And I had a save file from Halo 1 from earlier in the year where I got 3 or 4 levels in. And I hung out here and I played the level. Which one was that? That was the library, I think. Or was it 343 Guilty Spark? Which one is the one where the flood come out? It's one or the other.
Put in the comments, and we'll edit this back.
Well, and then this will come full circle.
I'm not gonna do that.
I think it's 343 Guilty Spark is that one. So we played that, and I'm playing through it with Zach, and we're kind of just chatting while we play. One, I forgot how fun Halo 1 is. It really is very fun. It's a little basic by today's standards. You can't sprint. The jump feels very floaty. Yes. The assault rifle feels not very impactful. But, not at all. But it is what it is. It's still a really good game with good enemy design. But we were playing through, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the podcast, but we were switching back and forth because it's got the original graphics and it has the new graphics. And we were so shocked because that level where the flood is revealed is such an atmospheric level. Yeah. And we're just running around, and I'm switching back and forth, and the original graphics are these dark, dim, brown, mysterious walls and stuff. And then you flip to the new graphics, and this got me kind of thinking of what is a remaster, what is a remake, what is, because some of these things, because it is the same gameplay, but the new version is completely different art direction. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not different art, they did the old thing, but they made it look new. They did a different thing. Yeah. All the tunnels and stuff, everything's all lit up. The flood have these weird red things coming out of them, and it just kind of got me on that thought process of this is a weird thing where this is the same gameplay, literally the same gameplay. It's not a remake of the gameplay, but they've completely remade the look of it. Yeah. And I don't know what you guys think about that stuff. It's a weird thing. In movies, if you make a movie and then later they remaster the movie, it's just in a higher aspect ratio. It's the same movie. Yeah. Unless you're George Lucas and you add other stuff in the background. But for the most part, people aren't adding new CG effects and stuff to movies. And it gets in this weird thing of game preservation of there's no standard of what's a remaster. The remaster or the Crash Insane trilogy was remake, but it was more faithful than this remaster of Halo 1. Yeah. Even though they made that from scratch and it looked more faithful to the original Crash. And then you get Shadow of the Colossus, which we have a remaster and a remake of. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys, what your thoughts on that. I played that game.
I like that they have the choice. You can just play the original and not have to worry about that.
That's
you can
true.
Just never press that button. Yeah, that totally took the atmospheric. I think it just was a bad
It's just bad
remake. I don't know,
it's bad.
Because that happened with the Silent Hill remaster. It can happen with remasters too, where they kind of took away the fog or the draw distance was different. So it's that's what added to the original Silent Hill game. So you can just have a really you can just have
It's just bad artistic decisions.
Yeah, artistic and design and looking at the original, and it's like some people don't like the Crash Bandicoot thing. Some people don't like the Halo. And I actually was going to speak about that too with the Dark Souls remaster.
Yeah.
I started seeing comparison videos and went, oh, shoot, because when you told me about the Master Chief thing, I went, I don't think it looked that bad. And then you compared it right there, and I went, that's bad. Like, so I never really... So then when I saw the Dark Soul, there was a comparison video that went up with the remaster. And it's the same thing. They lit up some of the places, and it's like, man, like, that's not better graphics. I mean, that's not better, like...
Yeah.
Just up the resolution and keep those... Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's difficult.
Maybe it's... I was watching a video this week because they were talking about how, like, Spyro, the Legend of Spyro, like, what made it such a big deal. And what made Spyro such a big deal at the time was they didn't use a trick called, like, fog distance.
Yeah.
Because in older games, like, you could only render so many polygons when 3D first came out.
Yeah.
And Spyro, like, we don't want to do that. We want the player to have an adventure.
Yeah.
So they want to see something from the distance and make them run to it.
I think I saw the same thing.
Yeah, and as you got... Yeah, I think the Gaming Historian, I don't know if you watched that or not.
Oh, it was a different thing, but same.
But as you got closer, the graphics just got better.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. It was just a really simple concept. It was really neat because
that started with Spyro?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know.
Well, it added a Spyro. Because think about it. When you play Spyro, it was open world.
Yeah.
But it made you want to just run around. It made you just want to be...
I forgot the name of the thing you're talking about, but there's a name for it. There's a technical name. I can't remember it.
I can't remember it either. But like all the other games, they did the fog distance, and you didn't know what was coming. It was just running at it. So when you bring up Halo, I thought the same thing when I was playing through it. I played Halo 1 with the updated graphics all the way through.
Yeah.
And all I did was like, this is just an action game. Like,
yeah.
When I played Halo 1 when it first came out on the Xbox, I was legitimately scared.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, that level is scary in the Flutter.
And I'm talking like scared where I'm pausing the game and I'm like psyching myself up. Like, come on, man, Jacob, you can do this. Yeah. And it's upsetting because a new studio comes in and just art direction changes.
Yeah.
They're like, look, we're not going for the horror effect. We know people just want to shoot stuff. Light it up, let them see them, and let them shoot them.
Well, Travis said this, and he hit the nail on the head when you were talking about how, like, this was, like, representative of 343, the way they handled, Halo 5 and all these other ones.
They carry the look of what they did in Halo 1 Remaster. They carry that look forward into 4 and 5. And
it reminds me of what Lucas did with Star Wars, where he's like, I'm just going to, I got to put these characters in, and no, don't touch the... Why are you doing that? And it's like, it has to fit with these new movies we made. And it's like, maybe not.
It's definitely a big battle.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird artistically.
So it was a weird... And then I will say, I went home then and I played the next level. I think that's called the Library. And that level sucks, man. I'll tell you what, Halo 1 is great for its time. And I love that game. But playing through it, I've hit 2 levels now that are literally the same room copy and pasted 80 times. And I did not see that when I was younger. I didn't realize. The Library might be the worst.
It was frustrating.
It might be one of the worst levels in a video game I've ever played.
I remember just doing circles. Because I think the Flood... In the first one, it just never stops responding.
Yeah, it just. Yeah.
So what was frustrating for me was I think that's when you just now start getting exposure to the shotgun.
Yeah.
So I'm literally just doing circles, shooting the Flood with a shotgun because it's got widespread. It kills him so much, and I'm just like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. This game sucks. Like, it just makes me so angry because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a tough level, but man, the whole of Halo 1, I'm going to finish all the way through it though, because I really like some of that. I like that last level a lot when you go up in the Pillar of Autumn.
Oh yeah, man, nothing beats Halo 2.
So that's Halo, and then another game that I played, I guess this was Xbox One month for me because I didn't have a lot of free time.
Xbox boy.
That was hooked up. Was
Xbox
free games with gold this month. I don't know what the other one was, but one of the 2 games was Forza Horizon 2. Now, little background. I've never played.
Do I have to play the first one to understand the second one?
I've never played a Forza game, but I've been having the itch to play like a racing game because I played a lot of Mario Kart earlier this year, and I wanted something with like real cars. I'm not a big car guy, but like I can get into it a little bit. So I download this game, and people rave about Forza. They say it's like Skyrim with cars. You run around and you do quests with your car. This game starts with a live action, like unskippable 2-minute like trailer for the game, like feel the wind. And it's just like people like dancing and like there's like a farmer farming and there's like it's like feel the road and it's like a tractor and then like real life people on their bikes and stuff and it just builds and it builds and it builds and it just goes on forever and then it finally ends and then it's like welcome to the Horizon Festival, or we got to get to the Horizon Festival, and you're like on like a road you can't get off, and you drive for like 8 miles, and it plays like some like EDM track, like
oh my god,
and it just goes and goes, and then you get there, and there's like this annoying European guy like, oh, welcome to the festival, but you're gonna have to prove yourself, and you've got to do these qualifying rounds, and it was so on rails, like the first like I played for 45 minutes, and I didn't get to just go wherever I want, like I was like now you got to go do
Good
this.
start.
Now you got to you want to do a Mustang race against these other people in a Mustang, and it was just like. Yeah. So I haven't really scratched the surface yet for that game. The driving feels good. I don't know. That's more almost simulation. It's not quite simulation, but it's got a mix of that with the arcadiness. And I've only ever played arcade drivers, so it's extremely easy to spin out and stuff. But it looks nice. It's got cool music, but. It's just kind of one of those. It reminds me of like a generic EA game, so it's interesting. Now, I'm also playing this because I understand they're going to go make Fable. It's rumored, but basically it's an open secret. The people that make the Horizon games are going to be making Fable, Turn 10. And I was just curious. I was like, I want to see what kind of stuff they make. And after playing that, I don't know what they'll do with Fable.
You'll be on like a horse carriage, and you won't be able to
We're going to the festival. So Forza Horizon.
Do you think maybe that stuff will change? I think, did that come out pre Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Because Breath of the Wild, I think, changed the game.
They've made 2 Horizons since then.
Breath of the Wild was a slap in everybody's face of like, people want to play video games, and all the developers are like, oh, frick, they do just want to play.
Yep.
It's like everybody woke up at the same time. Like
I'd love it if they took some inspiration from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is that a racetrack over there?
Yeah, just let you just kind of go nuts.
My exposure to racing games, my dad, growing up, when we bought the Xbox, he played a ton of racing games on it. He loves cars. What's the last racing game you've played? Like, legitimate racing game. Like, it's a car game.
Gran Turismo 5 on PS3.
Mine would be...
Other than Forza.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
That was mine. I loved it. Dude, it was so good. Thank goodness. Okay.
That game was great.
Need for Speed did it right.
Yeah, I love those old...
Hot Pursuit 2.
We did a hangout to that. Me and PewDiePie. PewDiePie showed up that day.
For Hot Pursuit 2?
For high stakes, but it's
we should do a Hot Pursuit 2.
Guys, Hot
Pursuit 2.
They nailed it with the cops.
You could be a cop car and change the game.
I have so much nostalgia for Hot Pursuit 2.
Those games, no game has still done that. Why haven't we figured that out?
So the reason I bring that up is because I got recently. You brought up the simulation racing. I got the newest NASCAR game. They still make NASCAR games.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, what I always did was I'd always take the car and I'd turn it around.
Yeah, go backwards and smash. I had it too.
You can't do it. Like, you can, but it's near impossible to hit people because it's so simulated.
Who makes it?
Dude, I couldn't even tell you the developer.
That sucks because NASCAR 99, I think, is what I had. And you turn around and the... that would be a fun hangouts. The announcers... You would start going behind. They're like, "What's he doing? Has he lost his mind?" And they had a ton of commentary, like, "Oh my gosh!"
And you hit people. Do it.
Yeah, this game they just need to get him off the road right now and stuff.
It's super realistic. They try like super hard, and it's like.
But why take away the fun of like
dude,
crashing?
NASCAR's not fun. It's like
if
you're not crashing stuff, it's not fun. So why I brought that up was like, there's only 2 games that's ever like been a racing game that's actually caught my attention. That was the Burnout series, especially like Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, Burnout was good, dude. Yeah.
And then Need for Speed.
Yeah.
I have Burnout Paradise on my computer.
It's a good game. I love Burnout's fun because it's they try to be a racing game, but it's balls to the walls nuts.
Yeah.
You blowing stuff up, hitting stuff. It's awesome. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, man.
Dude, that game is so good.
You got
We'll
me.
hook that up. We'll hook that up soon. What have you been playing?
So, it's Madden month, guys.
Madden month.
It's that time of the year. Time to get underneath center. We'll take a snap and let's talk Madden.
Yeah.
How do you like it, Madden?
Sucks. This is probably... I feel like you get 3 good Maddens and 1 bad Madden. This is definitely the bad Madden.
It's so weird that you say that because I don't own it, but I played it. I think I like this one the best out of any of the ones
this one
made.
sucks, dude.
What's the issue
It's the same as last year. The only thing that they changed is something that I really like, which is you can pick So in football, you have like base packages. Like,
Yes.
This is the offense and this is the
Yeah.
defense. This year, because the NFL has had a lot more like guys who are specialty players, so they come in this specific package. So this year they finally added it to where you can set like, this is my slot corner. This is my slot wide receiver. This is my defensive end on pass rush plays. So that's new. They have never done that in Madden. Well, they used to let you customize every package.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting on that for a long time, so I actually like that.
So it's nice because it gives you that layer. Let me start off with this. Last Madden introduced a it's all lower, guys. Hey, guys, good podcast.
Good up, and
we'll see you later.
See ya.
So last Madden they introduced Long Shot, the story mode about a guy who was a high school legend.
What was his name? Jake Carr.
Jake Carr.
No, not Jake Carr. This dude wasn't even important in this game. I can't remember.
Is there another one?
Devin Wade.
Is there another one in this
Yeah.
one?
So he was like. Then he went to Texas. He struggled in Texas because his dad died, and he was just having a hard time.
Yeah.
He got invited to a reality TV show where he had a chance to make an NFL team. He won it out, and here he is now. We're picking up where his career takes place back in the NFL.
Oh, so it picks up with Devin Wade.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's struggling to make the roster. The person he was competing against in the reality show made the same team with him, ironically. He's better than him. Quarterback coach is
Spoiler alert for Madden.
Yeah, dude. No, who cares? It's terrible. Don't play it. So, anyways, that's it. You play maybe 20 minutes of football and 2 hours of movie.
Really? They said they were going to add more football.
It was terrible, dude. It was awful. So, I haven't even beat it. I'm like at the last stage, and I'm just like, I don't even care how it ends. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. And
I still, even if it's not hitting the mark, I'm glad they're doing that still, because they needed something new in those games.
it's something new, but it really sucks.
They need to
So,
scale it back a little bit.
But here's the thing. I don't buy Madden for a long shot. I buy Madden for franchise.
Yeah.
So let's talk franchise. Franchise is where you get to pick up and take over your team, and you get to run your team for however many
30 years,
Yeah,
I think.
long time, dude. So
30 years.
that's a long time. It's like real deal. It's cool because you get to make your team. And I do it with a bunch of my friends. So right now I'm doing it with 5 other people. We're in a franchise. First thing I'm complaining about. Last year, you were able to individually upgrade like things that you want to be better at.
Yeah.
You had speed, you had agility, you had like catching, blocking, all this stuff. And it was all laid out. It took a certain amount of XP points to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Because I could take a receiver, and I'm like, all I care about this dude is speed and catching. Don't care how he blocks. Don't care how he route runs. Because all he's going to do is run streaks. Don't care anything else. So that's what I did. I had a receiver that was made for the deep ball. And that's how I developed him. This year, EA got their hands on it. So now there's packages that you can buy with XP points. And you only get to spend the XP points when you have a certain threshold of them. They get to decide when it's enough based on your player. So I can have 20,000 XP points, which is a lot of XP points in the last game. But in this game, it's not enough for you to buy one package.
Can I buy with real money?
No.
These things?
He asked the same question.
Guarantee one day you will be able to. They are putting in the infrastructure.
The pieces to get it.
They're putting in the pieces toward next year or the year after. This is why I had a moment where I almost bought the new Madden, and then I woke up and realized, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give them money. Any money that I give them is prolonging a lot that I hate.
Yeah.
And not shaming you.
No, it's a shame. It
You
sucks because I love football.
Now they have that Madden Ultimate Team, which is where you can pay real money and you can get cards, but nobody plays that because it's a money grab. But now they're realizing, okay, people don't play Madden Ultimate Team, so we got to start to put this stuff in franchise mode.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
it sucks because
sounds nice.
And franchise mode is the only thing I would care about.
It's so much fun. It's so awesome because you literally have every aspect of the team. Practice squad, you draft, you sign free agents, you manage your cap space, you manage your playbook, you cut players. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But me not being able to upgrade my players, what they do now is you have 3 choices or 4 choices, and you're like, hey, you want this guy to become a better run blocker? All right, you select this package. We'll give them all 1 XP point in every single pack, these 3 areas, and that's it.
Is it randomized?
No, you get to pick, but you only get 1 point to spend, and I don't know how it adds up. You get the points.
They start giving you random packages that are cheaper.
I don't know.
I feel like you should. If I would play probably one new sports game
Every 2 years?
Every gen, maybe. Or maybe 2 a gen.
But the problem is that they don't update the rosters on the old games.
they cut the servers.
So like new players come into the league every year, and your team's players change every year. And
I would only keep, I'd be team 2012, and I would just be playing that one.
It's frustrating because I want to play online franchise, and so now it's just franchise.
I'd make up a story in my head. Here's what I would do. Make up a story that, like, it's like a Children of Men. There's no new football players in the world, and I only have those.
Oh, God.
And, like, I make up a story, like, this is going to be the ultimate championship, because after this, we'll die all in the whole football sports game.
That's why I play NFL 2K5, and I always just go back and play as the 2005 Bengals.
Yeah.
With Carson Palmer and Chad Johnson, man.
Because it's the best team there was.
Rudy Johnson. I want to do a Hangouts of that, man.
Okay, we'll
oh, my God.
We could just talk.
Dude, me and you could play and talk that.
Madden 19.
So what else you been playing? Fortnite.
So Fortnite has really lost its attention to me. I've been playing that now for like 5 months, and I still don't have a W on duos.
Yeah.
I have plenty of 50 squad wins. That's easy. It's 50v50.
Yeah.
But me and my friend Michael, we'll team up, and we'll play like 10 matches a night. And they're talking like, hey, some of these matches go 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're long.
So we're committing to some of these. Obviously, most of them we die quickly. But it's frustrating because how do I get better? Because I feel like everyone else is better than me, and I'm never getting close enough to win.
You're not a 12-year-old little boy.
Yeah, I don't have time to invest
That's
in that.
why I only play those the same way you play Mario Kart, which is, let's just have some fun.
Yeah, let's just have fun.
When I play
Anything
Fortnite,
can happen,
and that's
I'll
why
probably
I've
lose
kind of
it.
shied away from playing PUBG, because it's not as goofy, so like it's very frustrating when you get killed in PUBG, because it's like,
You have to try
I was
hard.
right there. I ran out of ammo. And
Yeah.
like PUBG is higher stakes. I feel like than Fortnite. Even though it's the same setup, it's more frustrating when you die after you've invested a lot of time. Fortnite, I only play it on my Switch, and I play it like this.
Yeah.
And I
don't care.
And there's some people. I'm gonna shoot at them. Oh, they got me.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the only way to play that game, unless you are 12 and your parents have bought you a coach. Have you guys heard about this?
Dude,
These
yeah.
parents have started.
Is that real?
That is
It's
real.
real.
That is real. Listen to me, dude. Every person at my work, like 40-year-old women, my buddy John, all these people, a dude named George, it's like in his 50s, they all play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Some of them have kids, they play with the kids, their wives play it.
Do they buy the coaches?
People who don't play games play it.
Because it's free to play.
The people at my work, to a T, every single person I've talked to plays Fortnite. Every single human being at my work plays it.
Wow, check out Fortnite.
It's unbelievable, dude. It is unbelievable.
It's insane.
But yeah, that is real. There have been some parents getting coaches because it's, whatever. So unless you're a streamer, or you're doing cocaine, or you're like, those streamers, they do coke and then they just sit there and just like
every streamer does.
up.
If you see anybody that streams live on YouTube,
unless it's a Hangouts. But
no, anybody.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey guys, we're here to play Need for
Hey,
Speed.
I can't wait
I love
to
Hangouts.
Subscribe.
I love this game.
Yeah, so last night, let me tell you, this is the final story, and we'll move on. We got other things to talk about, but I got mad.
You got mad at Fortnite.
Really mad. I'm like, it's to the point now where I'm insulting my friend because I'm like, you're the reason why we're losing.
Mad Night.
You're the reason why we suck. I hate you. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, Michael, I can't play this game anymore. What's on the PlayStation Store? I hit the PlayStation button. I go to the PlayStation Store and I'm just searching. I came across something wild, something our friends have never talked about.
Destiny.
Crazier. Something where you get to really get your feet wet. Get to really get into the game.
Hydro Thunder.
Something you've never thought you'd enjoy. Guys, I own a farm. I bought Farming Simulator 2017.
Dude, yes.
It was 5 stars, like 380 reviews.
Oh, man.
And I was like, Michael, what? He's like, yeah, we can build a farm together. Like, it has 6-player multiplayer. You can build your own server. And so I was like, $20, why not? Click, I bought it. So then I jump in, and I'm next year I'm driving a tractor.
I don't know anybody out of my friends.
Dude, I know, right? I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I'm feeling this is going to be nuts. Because, like, now, he's like, he was downloading last night, but he was taking too long, so we just went to bed. But tonight, like, I played for like an hour on just the tutorials, because there's so much you have to learn. Because you got to be a farmer, you know? But He's like
Farmer
he
Jacob.
played 2015, so he's like, I already know all this stuff. We can pick up later.
Dude.
Tonight will be my official first time. Like we're gonna build a farm.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
My stepdad used to be a farmer, and he does not know anything about video games. But one day, he pulled up, and I didn't know this was a thing. He was on YouTube, and he pulled up a video of somebody playing Farming Simulator. He doesn't watch anything. It was some streamer playing it. I was like, what are you watching? He's like, this guy's got this tractor and he's trying to do this and he's an idiot. And I was like, he's like, it's not gonna work, buddy. And I was just sitting here like, that's my stepdad, his personality. I was just like, my 6-year-old stepdad is sitting here watching a streamer play Farming Simulator. He knows nothing about video games.
Yeah.
But it's a point of interest for him. So that's awesome, dude.
I'm ready, man. The boots are on, the overalls are on. I got the straw in the mouth. I'm just sitting there with the wind blowing in my hair, like on a tractor. So
I'm shocked you've never played the trucking simulators.
I played Trucking Simulator. If you guys don't know, I'm in the transportation industry. That's what I do for my career.
So you're like his stepdad then going, he's doing that wrong.
Well,
do you have to work with dispatchers?
Dude, it's terrible. It's like I bought it on PC because it was on sale for like $2.99. It was Euro.
So is it basically your job?
Yeah, it's basically sort of.
Because she's not the driver, but he's the dude
I'm like a dispatcher.
making the deals.
Yeah,
you're the guy making the
people
deals.
that you're working with.
So anyway,
funny.
I played this like 3 months ago and I stopped playing it because I'm not a truck driver and I hated it. So which is funny for me to say that.
Yeah.
But you get in and you buy yourself a truck and what you're trying to do is pay off your truck.
Yes, go ahead.
So you
hold on, I'm laughing at the. You picked up this thing, you're in the trucking industry. I know it's not exactly the same, but you went, this sucks, it's not fun. And then you wake up the next day and you do it.
Hey, dude, I know,
your
right?
life. I hate this game.
It's funny because, like, and some of you guys might know who watch, I'm a transportation broker. So I go out and get freight.
So it's not the exact same.
Yeah. But I get the freight and I sell it to the truck driver and the driver does the hard job.
Yeah.
And my job's hard too.
So maybe you just learn it and you just don't really want to do it.
Yeah, but see, what's funny is now I get to learn what it's like on the trucker side. Supposedly. And what
it's just like the game.
You get in your truck and you get on your little computer and you're like, okay, here's all these loads. You get to pick which load you want to do. And I'm like, oh, this is what we do because we post on the website like with these loads. I was like, oh, so this is what drivers do now. Okay. So then they go and they click on a load. I click on a load. I'm like, I accept this. I'm going to pay me $800. And then I'm driving. And you have two options. You can either do it in like quick time or extended time. Where it's like real time. Like if it takes you 8 hours, it's going to take you 8 hours to make the trip.
Yeah.
Or you can do it
People
quickly.
actually do that?
Dude, I was looking up online. There's people who have like the pedal, the whole 9 yards.
And they will drive for 8 hours?
Dude, it's crazy.
Why?
It's
hey, write us in the comments why.
Why
just go be a trucker. You make some money.
Yeah, that was 8 hours that you were doing.
So here's the most frustrating part about it.
Oh my gosh.
I finally got to my delivery. It took me like 25 minutes because I did the quick time. And I was sitting there and they're like, okay, yeah, you need to back your trailer up into this really small corridor. And I'm looking, I'm like, how in the world are you going to fit that trailer in there? So I'm talking like, I'm using a controller now because I was using the keyboard and mouse. And then I'm like, so now I'm like, come on, dang it, no, darn it, cut the wheel. And I'm like, this game sucks. So finally I just floored it, smashed the trailer up against the wall, and I quit. It was like, this game sucks. I can't be a truck driver.
Gosh.
So now I understand a little bit why truck drivers are really angry sometimes.
Yeah, because they have to back up and not hit anything.
Yeah, do you know how hard that is?
After 8 hours, you want to smash.
Hey, a 53-foot trailer backing into a small space, that's rough, man. It's hard work.
Yeah.
So if
you ever see like a semi-truck driver trying to back up into a tight spot and like they're blocking you, start honking.
Yeah.
They'll love that.
You know, flip them off.
Yeah.
You know?
Flip them off, honk.
Give them the one finger salute.
Go try to open the door.
The simulator games though are hysterical because they're all over the place. Like, they're from Goat Simulator to Truck Simulator to now Farming Simulator.
Yeah.
I'm excited just to see what it's like to be a
What's
farmer.
next?
Well, thinking of simulation, when I say the word simulation, is that a good thing?
Is that a good thing or?
Thing?
Well, if you're talking like a simulation of a game, I guess I don't understand the question.
If I say simulation, is that a good, in
our
our world? Is that a good thing?
Well, if you're talking about
or a bad thing.
Well, I guess it's a good thing. I'm not sure in the end of the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Explain yourself.
If you said it.
Abracadabra, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to see what we see.
What are we seeing?
Smash Ultimate Direct.
Smash Ultimate Direct.
The Ultimate Simulator.
We got a new Direct, and I think you mentioned this, and this is spot on. You said, man, better than the E3 Direct.
Yeah, dude. In retrospect, that thing was a D, bro. That Smash Direct was terrible.
Yeah. It was cool that we got to see, wow, they're putting every freaking character in as many stages as they can fit. Like, so much content. But this one really drove home, like, this is everything.
This is what you're getting.
We got King K. Rool, we got the Castlevania characters, we got another freaking Fire Emblem character out of the 300 that are in there. But so cool, King K. Rool. That's so cool that we got that. I'm gonna love.
I like
that character.
Little things like now you pick your map first and then your characters.
Yeah, they changed up that. That's kind of big changes.
That's a big change, but it makes more sense. I feel like that would get you more thinking of what do I want to be?
Who do I want to be for that?
I think my favorite part is that they showed the comparison of like, hey, in the original Smash you had 12 stages, but then in Brawl you had 40 stages.
Yeah.
Here you have 200.
It's like 200, or something. And then the variations, and they showed like.
And they've got the original N64 stages, untouched, unremastered, I guess. And then they've got all the music in this game, and you can pick which songs you want, and they're broken up by
now every
franchise.
song. So if you're on a Legend of Zelda stage, it will cycle through all the Legend of Zelda songs. Because before it was only like a couple, like one or two for each stage, but now it's like the whole series.
And the music on Smash Brothers games lately have been phenomenal.
Yeah,
like
they're fun. So there is ungodly. I was just watching this, and I was just like, "There's 200 of this. There's 800 things you can do here, and there's 200." And it's like,
oh my god! Like, he's like over 2,000 hours.
You can make playlists.
Yeah,
and you can like stick it like in your pocket.
Like,
I know,
and it
becomes like an iPhone
MP3 player.
MP3 player.
God,
so cool. And then I'm just the tournament stuff. I don't know if that was on E3. They talked about that. I can't remember, but I'm looking forward to the tournament play.
Yeah, the tournament. They always had a tournament feature like on all the Smash Brothers, but it was never like a big deal.
This one looks robust.
This one looks pretty built in. It looks pretty cool. So
there's an adventure mode for every character.
There is.
Yeah. So there's a mysterious mode. We don't know what it is. Yeah. But they have like the original Smash, where like you go through like all the stages.
Classic mode.
Yeah. They have one of those for every character, and you face different people depending on your character.
Oh, yeah, that was classic. Okay, so classic mode's bad.
Yeah.
My thing was like...
I love classic mode.
Yeah, classic mode.
And I love that they are restricting... You only get the original 8 characters. I think it was 8 from the N64 game.
In the beginning?
In the beginning. And you have to unlock each one.
Shut your mouth.
Because you get used to play... You get, like, piecemeal, you get to learn the character stuff.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome because... Dude...
And you feel a sense of accomplishment.
I didn't know that they were
When I opened up the Wii U game and I had every single character at the beginning...
I don't like that, man. That was on Mario Kart. Everything was unlocked.
I felt overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It was just a lot... Oh, yeah. And then at the same time, there's no, like... I didn't do anything.
Sense of progression and stuff like that.
Dude, now I'm going to be able to sit there and be like, I have to have everybody on my thinking.
Yeah.
I got to be able to... I want to play with my friends, so I have everybody unlocked.
Yeah.
So... I need to go unlock everybody.
Yeah.
That was the best part about Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it was fun. So, really looking forward to that. They're making amiibos of King K. Rool and all those other ones.
That's going to be...
probably going to pick up that King K. Rool one.
That one's going to be nice.
But enough, Nintendo, thank you for this Direct. But it's about time we bring back an old segment. It is time for Iwata's Final Troll. Alright, we're back. So, MU Paradise, they had ROMs on there, old Nintendo games that you could download, and other,
really neat site.
I'm trying to figure out if this is a website I've ever used.
I usually use Cool ROMs.
Cool ROMs was
with the frozen
was the cool place to
font
be.
Or whatever. That's the one I use, and that's still up. But MU Paradise, there's tons of ROM sites or whatever, but MU Paradise got shut down by Nintendo recently. Basically saying, hey, I think it was cease and desist. It was like, hey, take off,
everything,
like all of our games on there. So instead of trying to fight that because they don't have the means to do that, they just shut down. And it's, again, this happens every couple months, every couple years or whatever. like reignites this discussion of like ROMs and should you download ROMs and the legality of it, because emulators are legal. Like those are legal. It's what's illegal is downloading the ROMs and stuff that you don't own or whatever. Yeah. But what's funny is you can like literally just you can get like different devices for your PC, stick an old cartridge in and rip that file off. It's the same thing that you can download and stuff. Yeah. So it is this weird thing of like, okay, it's the same thing the music industry had to do of like, how do you defeat free? Or how do you defeat like free? There is a way. And that's Apple Music and Spotify where it's like, oh, I can just load up, download anything I want instantly. You have to defeat free, you know.
No. They're not even trying to defeat free.
Yeah.
Because they're not even offering these games.
Yeah.
Well, so they're not even selling these games.
That was my next point.
Anywhere that you can actually get it on a modern console.
Yeah.
We were talking to Michael, and Michael said, dude, I was showing him my Switch. Like, that's so cool. He's like, can I get like NES and SNES games on it? I said, no. You can't. And he said, why?
Yeah.
He was like, that seems like a no-brainer. I was like,
it is.
I know. So, honestly, F Nintendo on this.
Yeah. Screw them.
I would never...
F them.
I would buy all the games that I want to play from SNES and NES on my Switch. It'd be better than having it on a computer. It'd be better.
Way better.
They're not selling them. You can't buy them.
Yeah. Game preservation,
yes, I agree with you, but you have to defeat free. But they're not even trying to defeat free. They're just not even in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not. You have to defeat free, and that's what the music industry did. But why isn't the game industry doing that? Why aren't they trying to defeat free? And maybe, possibly, but it still doesn't look that way. The Nintendo Online, you get like a collection of games that you can just play. But what, like 8 games? Is 10 games? Like, how many are we getting? Like, give me everything and let me just have access to that. If it was something like Apple Music where you get all of NES and SNES catalog,
I pay $15 a month.
Boom, I'm in there for how much you want a month or whatever. Yeah. Like, that's awesome. That would be great. But until then, it sucks, and I want to keep downloading ROMs. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Like, and I will keep telling people to do that because that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to play these old games.
And my thing is really simple. I think if I bought it in the past, just because I don't own the cartridge now, I still spent my money on it. Yeah. I still want to play it. I understand I wasn't... People always say, like, well, you should have been responsible and kept it. Dude,
no,
tell 7-year-old Jacob to be responsible. Give me a way to
pay. If there's no way to
I will pay them right now.
Yeah, if there's no way to pay those old developers, frick them and download their ROM. Because where's the money going anyways?
Yeah. Even if you buy a used now, it's just going to Joe Schmo.
Yeah, Joe Schmo or GameStop. So it's
I don't understand the big argument. I guess that's my thing is like, I'm willing, and you guys feel the same way, I'm willing to give money to people for this. Yeah. You're just choosing not to provide it.
Yeah. So,
if anything, it's
Nintendo. Figure it out.
It's their fault. Like, how?
And they keep using more of this energy to shut down these sites. It's like, no, make a better thing because I'm going to keep downloading your stuff. Yeah. I have every game like on my Mac, like all of those games and stuff. And it's like, figure it out because I'm going to keep doing this. So, back on to good news. Doom Eternal.
Let's go.
They showed some new gameplay for Doom Eternal. The second.
They showed quite a bit of gameplay.
Yeah. I didn't watch all of it because it was like an hour or something or whatever, and it's like I kind of scrubbed through. But the coolest thing we saw out of this, I thought, was they showed that sword thing was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. What's it called? The Demon Slayer or something?
It was like at the end of the first...
I forgot the name of it, but...
It pulls out a big red sword.
Yeah, that looked awesome, but they have a new mechanic. This is what made Just Cause 2. The hook shot. They have a hook shot thing, and he's jumping up
shotgun.
And hooking enemies, bringing enemies close to you. It's on the shotgun, doing all that stuff.
I was down for Doom 2, even if there wasn't some big new mechanic. Yeah. But I was hoping, I hope that there's something.
Yeah, change it up a little bit.
But this is awesome. Yeah. This makes it for sure like a new game.
Yeah.
And the last one was already super fast.
Yeah. So definitely going to pick that up. Love the Doom 2016 remake thing. So there's that. But you know what? Games just like I'm going to be like Nintendo. I'm erasing the games. Yeah. Right now. We're moving on to
suing the sites. Suing DweeBros.
Yeah, we're suing the viewers.
Yep. You're sued. It's the subpoena.
Enjoy. Who is America?
Trump.
Maybe so. But
I thought that was a general question.
But he is America, actually. he is a part of. They actually do show a little footage of him, but in the new show, Who is America? We've talked about it before. I am still, I think there's 7 episodes.
Who made this show? What's the show?
Sacha Baron Cohen. I talked about it last episode, but didn't tune in on that. Sacha Baron Cohen. He did Borat, did Bruno, and he plays different characters, and his whole shtick basically is just to get next to somebody that believes something crazy or that is just kind of off or whatever, and he'll just kind of feed into that. Mm-hmm. And that kind of eases the person into just giving all their beliefs out. Or just, even if it is just so just out there or racist or homophobic, whatever, he'll just kind of feed that out of the person. Like, it makes people comfortable, and then, like, they'll get crazy, or he'll play the opposite and make them mad at them, whatever. This show is freaking unbelievable. This last episode... he got kind of this controversial sheriff or whatever. His name's Joe Aperno or something or whatever. But he got this guy. He's very for guns or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's conservative, like senator or whatever. And he got this guy. They had this new character that came out of nowhere. He was this kind of like Icelandic, like Swedish. Sorry, I don't know exactly whatever he was from. YouTuber that did unboxings. And he played this character, and he had blonde hair. And what we're going to do is unbox Shopkins today. Like those Shopkins, those little toys or whatever that kids play with? There's these little tiny Shopkins toys. So he brought on, I don't know how he convinced this sheriff or whatever, this like Joe, whatever his name is, to come on the show. He's like, hello, Joe. Thanks for joining me on the show today. Today, on this episode, we're going to unbox a Shopkin. And he's like... And just tell me about whatever this whatever this law or whatever. So he's unboxing as he's talking, and he's smiling, and he goes, "Oh, delish donut! Super red delish donut!" And he's cutting off this guy, and he goes, "Say hello, delish donut to Joe." And I'm watching this like it's not reality. Like, this isn't real. This is wake up, because like these people were like in power, all the stuff. Hello, Delish Donut. And Joe goes, hello, Delish Donut.
Oh,
and he goes,
how do you get this guy out
and Delish Donut, he makes him go, I do not like guns. I think guns should be banned, to this conservative, like hyper-conservative guy. And he goes, well, Delish Donut. And he starts talking to the Shopkin, and I'm going, kill me now. Like, he goes, I understand why you would feel that way, but they'll shoot you. There's bad people. Pretend this is like the donut. He's like, but they'll shoot you. And he's put up this guy to the shop. He's like, they will kill you, Delish Donut. They will kill you. So you got to protect whatever. And Delish Donut goes, that makes sense. I understand. Now, thank you for that. And he's like, you're welcome, Delish Donut. And this unbelievable, absolutely worth checking out, because you get to see people that are in power just say the most crazy nutso-butso things and go,
where's this air at?
It's on HBO.
Yeah. Sounds like an HBO show.
But get that on Amazon.
Yeah.
Absolutely recommend it. Just absolutely nuts things. You'll see clips on YouTube if you want to check it out. See if it's up your.
I'm gonna check that out.
Up your alley. The funniest things in the world. So, watch that. Lost. We've all watched Lost.
What a show!
What a show! My favorite show of all time.
Yeah, I think it's mine too.
Definitely top up there.
Me and my wife have been going back through. This is her second time. This is like my third or fourth time through the show. But this is her second time through. Noticing some new stuff. I've just finished season 1, and we are like one episode away from finishing season 2 again.
Nice.
Show still holds up. Still love that show. It is crazy how they just kind of very slowly kind of tease things, or you see like stuff on the island. I just remember like, actually, I'll talk about the spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 2 of Lost. I think the most shocking moment on television for me was when Michael shot Libby and Ana Lucia.
That's pretty shocking.
It is like, it made me just scream at the top of my lungs. Because it is so out there. They play it so good that Michael is the last person that would shoot these people.
It's such
and he
a
shoots,
vicious act of violence.
And it's like he did that for his son and stuff, and it's like, man, it's fricked up. But it sucks watching like, because he has to bring 4 people to the, back to the others or whatever. He's trying to bring those people back to the others, and he can only bring those 4. Kate, Jack, Sawyer, and Hurley. So it's hard him like trying to convince them, and like at Libby's funeral, at first, like, Kate was like, don't pressure him to, like, go with you, because it only could be these four. And, like, Saeed kind of notices, like, he's been compromised. Yeah. And stuff. But, like, because Jack's like, we'll do it your way, man, but this is kind of weird. Like, why not bring as many people as we can to, like, attack? And, to attack the others. And, it's so hard to watch Hurley, like, I'm going to go with you and stuff. And, like, I know this is tough, Michael. We're going to, and it's like, just the guilt. And, like, at one point he, like, pukes and stuff. Like, Jack catches him, like, puking because, like, the guilt is just killing Michael and stuff. But very tough stuff, but very just, I love the mystery of that show and still holds up.
It makes me want to rewatch it because I remember that being a very tense few episodes.
But season 1 and 2 are just awesome. I really like them. And season 3 and 4 kind of go off on tangents at times, but I still enjoy them. They have fun.
It's again, one of my favorite shows.
I think season 3, the finale, has the greatest twist in an episode ever.
Yeah, is that...
That's it's the last episode, and it's a very good episode, and it's showing these flashbacks of Jack, and he's in this weird place, and he's got a beard, and he's very unhappy, and you're like, oh, this must have been like right before when he found out about his dad or something. Yeah. And you get to the end of the episode, and he meets Kate somewhere.
Yes, okay,
and
that is like, season 3.
We have to go back. We're solidly into Lost spoilers, so sorry.
Yeah. If you haven't seen
it. And he's like, we have to go back, and it's like, oh my god, this is in the future. This is... They got off the island, and it's that right there.
Fast forward. It's the fast forward.
Yeah, it was the first time, but they didn't tell you that's what they were doing. And that is the greatest... Yeah. I think that show has great
arcs of, like, the flash forward. It has the flash sideways and...
the flashback.
The flashbacks.
The flashbacks, like, it's
and the time or the back in time kind of stuff, too.
I loved how they handled time travel.
Time travel was
I like how it's just, this is how it always happened. I love that.
It all starts when they blew up that, what you call it?
The hatch.
They had a very unique brand of...
They didn't press the button.
Is there anything else that has that very unique brand of... I feel like time travel in fiction is always like, we can go back and change things.
Yeah.
And that show, I don't know of anything else, and I'm sure there's something... I just love that approach of, like, what happened. Like, if we travel back, that means we always traveled back, and that we always played a part in the past that we know.
Yeah.
Like, we can't change anything. Yeah, I love that because that's so different. And then I love that reveal that they were all of the Dharma. Because you've been seeing Dharma stuff, and then we find out, half of the freaking survivors were in Dharma. It's just crazy.
They do such an amazing job of, like, the first initial thing of, like, it looks like a flashback how season 2 starts. Yeah. When they go in the hatch, and you find out, oh, this is the hatch. There's some guy living down here. One of the best reveals, one of the best, like, season premieres ever. And then they do that same reveal on, I think, season 3 or 4. I don't know when they do it. When they show that the others are living on the island in those houses, those, like, ranch houses. Mm-hmm. They do the same thing. You think it's a flashback with somebody, and then you see a plane breaking in. It's like, oh my gosh, these are the others' camps. Like, they're living in this, like, regular homes and stuff.
Yeah, something I love about that show, just while we're talking about it, is I feel like in another person's hands, that premise could be really dark and, like... gloomy of, like, we're stuck on this island. Yeah. Oh, like, there's this weird thing and we don't know who put it here. Like, that could get really dark, but it's such an optimistic show about the human spirit, too. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a very positive... There's dark things that happen, but it has a very positive outlook. It's not cynical, and I love that about that show.
And it's a lot...
It's uplifting. Yeah. It's a lot of great things that, that these people, they accomplish or they get through.
It does a great job of, like, sci-fi. It delves deeply into, like, faith.
Yeah.
A lot, too, because I love the hatch and the button.
Yeah.
And, like, all that stuff of the man of faith, the man of science, and it's like, what do you believe?
Weird
and stuff,
logic
and, like,
puzzles of what should...
And I got into one of my favorite things in the whole show, just this last episode we watched, which Mr. Echo they find a new hatch, him and Locke, and they get in the hatch and they find the other part of this tape that was missing. Or they find because each of these hatches, there's different, like, little, like, stations, Dharma stations. They get in there and they watch the one, if you remember, that shows, like, they're watching the other hatches. And the button presses just to see, like, how they do it. You're just observing them pressing this button. And Locke goes from a man of faith to a man of like science, like just doubt. Like you just get into the doubt of like faith and like, why am I here in life? You know, like everybody's thought of that kind of question. Like, why am I here in life? And like he goes down that depth of that, and Mr. Echo goes, no, now's the most important time to keep pressing.
Yeah, I like how they switch.
Awesome, so good. Of like that dynamic is so good. So Lost, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Check it out if you haven't.
If you haven't seen
I've
Lost,
you're missing out.
Well, if you haven't seen Lost, you don't really have context for a lot of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So just never watch what you just watched again, and just go watch the show and have an absolute blast.
Yeah.
If you're in the middle of watching it, you should have gotten out when we started talking spoilers.
Yeah, you played yourself. So watch that. Attack on Titan Season 3. Not much to say yet. It is just awesome. The direction. I won't spoil that because I think you guys should check that show out.
I've seen the first few episodes of that show. Let me ask a question. The first few episodes, all 3 of them, there were big time jumps in between them. Does it do that the whole show?
No.
Because I hate that.
No.
There was, what was that one where they're all in a big MMO? Oh, man. What's the show? Something online. Anyway, that's my biggest pet peeve with anime is when I watch a pilot and I'm like, okay, I'm in for these characters, and the next one picks up 8 months later. And then the next one picks up 4 months later. They do that in
the first 3 or 4.
Like, dude, it was like, I watched 3 episodes of Attack on Titan, and every time they're like, oh, we're getting ready to go to the army. And then, like, they've been in the army for 8 months.
That's
and then
just
I watch the next one, oh, like, I got promoted, and where's this guy? And I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
It feels like there was a manga, and you're, like, jumping forward in the manga. So, if
They
it ends up settling down, then I'll go back. Because I love the art style. I love the tone. It's very bleak. I don't know, does it ever get more positive, or is it always very bleak?
It's pretty bleak.
It's very bleak. That was the one thing, was it was a little bleak for me, but I'll stick with it.
It has the same thing I love about Lost of, like, what's going on here? There's something deeper here, and they keep playing that.
That's cool.
And dangling that carrot in front of me. And it's
I like the world building in the first episode of how, like, this town was falling, and then these other people in these other places were like, what do we do about this?
Yeah.
And
so really cool where they're going this season is really something we've been waiting for. Not waiting for, but it's like a cool dynamic. They're changing things up. But so, yeah, that's pretty cool. Better Call Saul, Season 4.
I'd rather not.
I'm finishing up Breaking Bad. I was supposed to finish it last night, but it didn't happen.
I think that's definitely worth checking out.
I've seen it before, but
for people that are into Breaking Bad, definitely check that out. Enjoying that. And then real quick,
can I ask a question about Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
Are you still feeling like it's close to Breaking Bad level, or do you feel like it's?
Oh, I will say, like, it still has that kind of like all those moments of tenseness and like, that drama is really good. And they kept up the cinematography. Like, there is still, like, every shot is like a painting in this show. Just like Breaking Bad was. Like, the most like boring things of somebody unlocking a thing is the most beautiful shot in the world.
Speaking of that,
unlocking a door is
we watched Ozymandias was the last episode we watched. Because I've seen Breaking Bad. My girlfriend's never seen
classic
it.
episode.
That and Ryan Johnson.
Spoiler alert, but that's a classic episode.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler. I won't get too much into it. Ryan Johnson, who made The Last Jedi and Looper, which, I mean, Looper's a good movie. He directed that episode. Yeah. And now that I've seen The Last Jedi, I'm more familiar with, like, the way he does cameras. Or, like, he has that one shot in The Last Jedi where he goes through the casino and it's like a zoom shot and it just keeps going and going. Yeah. Now that I've seen him do that and now I watch Ozymandias, I can totally see Ryan Johnson's handprints all over that episode. Yeah. But Ozymandias is maybe the best episode of television.
Yeah.
Hands down ever. Yeah. It is absolutely amazing. So we just got 2 more and then I'll be done. This would be my second watch through of it. Yeah. So I feel like I'm finally like getting I love the show, but that's the kind of show I think it's good. I think watch it once. I've enjoyed going back through it, but I've lost steam because the mystery of like not mystery, but like where does this end for Walter White? Like I know what ends up happening. Yeah. I don't even need to get into it here. So I don't have that drive. Yeah. And once you have that, it's like you can appreciate it. You can appreciate, this is really good character work. Yeah. This is a really tense scene. This is good cinematography, but cat's out of the bag. Like, you know the arc. Yeah. And in that way, it doesn't have the diversity of a show like Lost. Yeah. Where there's this huge cast and there's all these other themes.
Lost is a definite multiple viewing. Because you get to go, I know what's happening.
It's one of those weird things where, like, if someone wanted to tell me Breaking Bad is higher art and, like, more consistent than Lost, I could not disagree with them. I think it is a more consistent show. Sure. I think it is tighter. But at the same time, I think Lost has way more rewatchability because And Breaking Bad's rewatchable, but it just has such a diverse cast. There's different themes in every person's story, whereas with you are really getting Walt's story predominantly with
for sure,
and his family. So anyway,
cool. And then just to tie it in real quick, I watched the first episode of the 2000s.
Are they just gonna go straight on through with that show?
So
I thought they would wait a little while between, but they've done every decade.
This is the CNN series. They did the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. 90s was last year. Now they're in the 2000s. My wife came in and watched a little bit with me yesterday, and the first episode was the platinum age of television, because the 2000s was like the best decade for television, and now we're kind of like we're still living off that kind of combo back to back of great shows. What?
I think that this decade is better than the 2000s.
We had like Sopranos. We had like that was when Breaking Bad started. That was when Mad Men. Lost.
I guess you're right.
So yeah, we're still.
I guess I'm forgetting that it's just been
Netflix really ruins it, man.
We are like continuing when it started, but that's when it started was the 2000s. Like, oh my gosh, and it was an hour-long episode about that. But what we were cracking up about, we were talking about you and Jess. What was really funny was they talked about Breaking Bad, and I was like, isn't it funny that we're watching a show that's like nostalgic for Breaking Bad? And, like, Jess still has like by the time that she started this, like it was still new, and now it's nostalgic.
Did that show come out in 2008?
Yes.
That show premiered 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Has she been watching it for 10 years?
No, we started it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can't believe that is a 10-year-old show.
Yeah. So, we were cracking with that, but pretty cool. Check out the 2000s. It's funny to be nostalgic for and think. Now, this is the first era I remember definitely everything. You know what I mean? Like, some of the stuff they're talking about. 90s, it was like, I was kind of a kid.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff's a little hazy, but...
One of the big jokes in Lost Season 1 was like, the Red Sox will never win the series.
Yeah.
That's how old that is. And they've, like, It
was in 04, too.
They've long since broken that curse. Someone should make a thing about the Bengals not able to win a playoff game.
You'll be more safe for that. Yeah. We haven't been watching that, and pretty cool. I just want to go through all the 2000s and get nostalgic.
I had to watch through that, man. Those series seem like...
They're great.
I watch the music episodes, each one, when they come out, but I'd like to watch the rest of them.
You guys are getting nostalgic, man, and I'm moving forward.
You're moving forward, aren't you?
The next generation of ninja are here. I've been watching Boruto.
What is Boruto?
Boruto.
Please tell me.
Boruto.
Hold on, I've never heard of this.
Boruto.
Please tell me this isn't a sequel to Naruto.
It is.
Shut up, dude! Stop it! Stop it!
What should the name be? Boruto.
There is no way they made a sequel to Naruto called Boruto.
It's Boruto, and yes.
Oh, is it like his little brother?
It's his son.
Stop it, dude.
And
when did this start?
Himawari and Hinata.
When did this start?
It actually just started
I've
end of
never
last
heard
year.
of this.
So
are they on season 2?
And no, kind of.
That's
I guess
like,
not really.
If we made a sequel to DweeBros.
It's coming soon. Check it out.
I like it. I like it a lot. Naruto was awesome. Like,
how does this hold up against Naruto so far?
Is Naruto in this show?
Shippuden, yeah. I don't think there's like. Gosh darn it, man! I always hate when you have to like try to be spoiler conscious.
Okay, spoilers.
Spoiler alert! I'm never watching Naruto.
Yeah, I'm never watching.
But you guys should. Why?
Here, guys, 3 billion episodes.
You sit
I'll never
there,
watch it.
Dude. I can tell you which ones are filler or not. I can help you.
How many are not filler?
50.
No, that is not the answer I got the other day.
That's serious. Like, dude, Naruto is such a good show. Shippuden is even better. It takes it to like a whole new level.
Is it just action? Is that the thing?
It's action, but it's the story behind the characters. The way that Naruto develops, you really fall in love with the characters because they take time. They tell a story for every single character. That's why it's so much.
We do a Naruto hangout and we'll watch the pilot.
That'll be legal.
I think we can. I think we'll have to make the voices a little bit higher pitched, but that's it.
That's like that guy. That's like that guy that streamed the UFC fight, and then he had a controller acting like he was playing it, and he streamed the whole fight on Twitch.
I love that.
He's like, oh.
I love that.
Oh, next generation gaming's the best.
I love that.
But it just does such a great job telling a story that you really get invested in. So. Boruto is literally coming off of the Great Ninja War off of Naruto.
The Great Ninja War, the classic.
Yeah,
Ninja War.
Naruto.
Never forget.
beats the big boss, because I don't want to tell any spoilers.
The devil.
And he's finally now became Hokage. Finally, he's long awaited journey, and he's running the village. And now you have his son who resents him because he's never home. He's never around to raise him.
Naruto's got son daddy issues.
Yeah, it's a lot of daddy issues in that show.
So you're liking it?
Yeah, loving it. It's really
That's good.
Really good show. Here's the sad part is though, everyone doesn't like a lot of people don't like it. They're like, it really sucks.
Oh.
They're like, this is kind of like to be worse.
But if you
this kind of is.
If you like it, don't
to
let
Naruto,
that
what Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, because all the
Mm-hmm.
characters kind of grew up, right?
Yeah.
So
it's exactly.
And it's funny because now we really like Dragon Ball Z, and I wonder if there was an era of like, frick this,
It's
everybody's grown up,
stupid, yeah.
Goku's old now, like.
I like it. It's really cool. It's really cool to
interesting.
see like the kids now of what the relationships developed.
Maybe
into.
Boruto will be what Dragon Ball Z was to Dragon Ball.
Yeah. There is another show.
Let us know if you're watching this in 20 years in the future. Hello.
Hi.
They're probably like 4K resolution. This sucks.
Yeah, man. Where's the 20K? So, has any of you guys ever watched Dead Serious? And I didn't know this was truly really a thing. We're all Prime members, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Slave to the e-commerce world, but
yes.
Nonetheless, you get like Prime Video with that.
Yeah.
What have you watched on Prime Video?
I have watched something on Prime Video.
I've been
Oz.
lucky a few times where I went to go watch a movie, and then I look it up and it's on there, and I can watch it for free.
The series Oz on HBO, that was on there. They sometimes have old HBO seasons on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, crazy.
So that's a good place to check.
So Amazon produces their own shows, and I'm a huge football nut.
Yeah.
They developed a show called All or Nothing. And what it is, have you ever heard of Hard Knocks? HBO's Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
It's where they go inside of a training camp, watch the ins and outs of a football team, sees how crazy it is.
Yeah.
This is Hard Knocks, but throughout the whole season. Like, week 1 to week 16 of an NFL team.
It's a good ongoing documentary.
Yeah,
basically.
it's a documentary of the team.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty cool.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And they made one for
the Dallas Cowboys, my favorite football team.
Yeah.
And man, Zeke did not do it, dude. He did not do the thing that we're not going to talk about in here because it's very controversial.
I don't know if he did it.
I just believe he didn't. Urban Meyer did.
I don't know what this is.
Urban Meyer.
I don't know what this is, so I'm going to say he's innocent.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. Thank you. But nonetheless, it's cool because they sit there and what they do is they go in and out of every week. Here's the game plan. Hey, we're going to go fight, go up against this team. Here's what we're going to do. Run zone 2.
I think the thing that
Did they show like the deflation of the balls and stuff?
No, they didn't.
do like.
I think the thing I like the most.
What's he
about
doing
that
over in the
show
corner? The
is-
camera comes up.
I think the thing I like the most about that show is when they show you like where they're making decisions, and they're just like on a whiteboard, like, this guy just sucks, man. We got to get this other guy in here. And it's like, you would think like all the millions of dollars at stake, and like they would be very analytical. Like, well, if we look at this data set or whatever, but they're like, this guy, I don't believe he's a winner. We need to get this other guy in here. He needs to play more. He made a great play.
Yeah.
Like, they're so simple. Like,
It's really,
sometimes the way they decide.
it's crazy.
things.
It makes me believe I could coach an NFL team.
Yeah.
But even still, it's nice because you get the feel of Hard Knocks. You get the feel of the drama, the suspense an NFL team goes through.
Yeah.
On top of that, you get to learn a lot about what it's like to be an NFL player, like week to week.
Yeah.
And it's rough. Like, you literally go, so like, Monday begins, you do like a team meeting, and you do individuals. You sit in a room with your coaches and go over film. All you do, all day, 8 hours. That's your first 8 hours. Then the next day, you do practice, fly out Friday, walk through Saturday, play a game, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
That's 16 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, on top of that, if you make the playoffs, you're looking at 20, 21 weeks. It's crazy. It's crazy what all they have to go through.
Shouts out to the football players.
Yeah, I mean, you get paid millions for a reason, but even still, it's just nice because you get to see how an organization makes decisions.
Yeah, it's
like, hey, we were going to draft this guy, but since he got taken, I guess we'll take the next available player. Hey, they call the player, like, you were always our number 1 pick, man. We're excited to have you on our team. And you're like, man, you just lied straight to that.
Yeah.
If this player ever watched this TV show,
yeah,
be like, man, you're a dirtbag.
you were just freaking out.
I mean, yeah. So, shouts out to the football players. I mean, they're so tired they're coming on the field and they can't even stand up. They got to kneel down.
They just have to,
shouts out to the football players, really.
You know what I mean?
So, thanks for watching. That has been the DweeBros podcast. I had fun. Did you have fun?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Solid.
Did you have fun? If you had fun, type in the comments. I had a
Good
fun Diddly dotty day. Diddly dotty day.
That's the word of the day. Diddly doddly.
Diddly doddly.
Like Ned Flanders up in here.
Yeah. So, say that. And maybe you're wondering, hey, they talked this Hangouts thing. They said they're doing it live. What the HECK? Well, guess where you can go? DweeBro on Twitter.
That's what YT stand for.
YouTube. Because someone freaking took the Dweebo name. I'm going to try to fix that out. I got to beat up this guy on Twitter.
I didn't get verified on Twitter.
Because these people are watching this are going to go to the Twitter and click follow.
Guys, help us.
And we're going to get that blue check mark. Ooh, baby. Then I can sip champagne with the finest people.
We'll have a big
party. The finest
party.
Twitter people.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
So help us do that. You want me to drink champagne?
I think we all do.
But yeah, DweeBro YT on Twitter. You'll find out when we're going live. Sometime it's Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern is what I've been trying to keep at. Sometimes on the weekends. So if we're doing some crazy one-off one, you'll hear first on Twitter. I'll give you a kind of a heads up. Post new videos on there as well, and then feel free to subscribe for more content. We're game room stuff. Maybe some new videos coming out soon for different stuff.
Yeah.
You never know. So thanks for watching, and we'll go out on, what are we going to go out on? You know what? I'm going to say something classic. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
It actually got me a little rattled.